Hello everyone. This session we will continue with Spring REST API integration with the service layer, where I had shown you yesterday what is how to create a Spring REST service using Spring Boot. So the same thing we are going to do it again here. I'm just going to integrate the service layer with the Spring REST API, what I have created earlier. Earlier, previous to previous session, there was a service layer, DUO layer integration, that is Spring Hibernate integration. That same project, in the same project itself, I'm going to add this REST API. Just see how it is going to get added. And today, the API interface will complete. The API interface will complete, and then from there, we will go ahead for the front end, having a page where you can invoke this REST API and load the data to that page. You can also create a record for that page. You can also insert a record, person record into the database. Let me share my screen and start it from here, where we left in previous session, right? Doing Hibernate integration. That same project I'm going to do. This is the same project. Then is, yeah, if you see my screen or if you're watching the screen video, you will see the same project I will open now, that is SPR, this one, right? SPR Hibernate integration. The same project. In this project, I'll just go to the main method and see if everything is working, right? In main method, you know, this is the call which is giving to the REST service, right? Person service. And in execute method, if you see, search criteria is the well, I actually edited this class to make that search dynamic, that search query dynamic. Whatever search you give, it will come. Just I will modify this, by adding a. Just let me explain that part of this code, and then we will start integrating. See if you remember, if you are continuously watching my previous session, there is a method called get person list. If I go to particularly the person view, let me close all other classes. Let me keep only classes from this project, right? This one, and then the see if you remember, this DU class has a method, right? This DU class method get person by param. This is get person by param, right? I just modified it to fetch randomly, or by giving any parameter you can fetch it. Either you give id, or you give or you give any kind of attribute like name, age, gender. Any attribute you give, it will work, right? So that's how I made it. And to make this, what I did, just a map. I added map string search criteria. What is this map is actually doing? This map will hold a key value pairs. Key is basically your column name, and the value is the actual value against which you are going to search for that particular column, right? So that is how it is. Now what I did here, I have taken a create query um, string builder, where I'm appending the query, creating a query. The query is getting appended from where? The query is getting appended from where? And add the with this for loop, where I'm iterating with your with uh, iterating the map, and and creating the string, query string, using that create query, or let better it make it query string query. Let's make it better, you know query string, creating this query string. And then this query string, I'm adding it to the create query method of Hibernate session, right? Create query from person, then query string, and then person class, and create this last line is same. If you see, the line number 95 is always the same, but we had in previously, now also the same. But input in that, before calling that create query, a method, I'm constructing the string query which where I need, and accordingly I'm passing it here. So here, just I will add one more. I will add a logger.info because to get the query to show you that query construction is also happening here. You know, query string. So query string, right? So this is a string which will print. I will show you it by running in main method, right? How it is happening. And for this particular thing, I created a constant class so that in service layer we can add the constant class. That constant class is called search criteria, so query constants. See, this constant class, what it is holding the first name, last name, middle name, age, person age, gender. So basically, it is holding all the column name as it is, so that I can append there. If it is needed in many places, let's say I need it in service class, I need it in REST API interface class, or if I need it in some other classes, I do not require to write hard code this value in each and every classes. I just use this constant and the value comes into that particular place, right? That is the advantage of taking a constant class rather hard coding it in the places where I need or where the program or the code is needed. So going further, now going to the main method, right? Moving to the main method, if you see, this thing is same, nothing difference here. This thing is same here. That only the such criteria construction is done, and then person list, person service, get person list, the service level code, and as it is, I am printing it here. There is nothing much or no difference. This calling only the added cover. The only thing is added the parameter I have changed. Earlier it was taking a string or maybe a list of string or something or a person object something. Now what I did, I'm passing a map, right? I'm passing a map search criteria which will basically hold the key value pair. So if you see in this query, in this search criteria or in this map, what I'm setting, person first name ABC, person middle name PQRist, person last name WXYZ, person gender male. This is I'm setting, right? And then if I set age also, it will get the age. It will based on the age it will get, right? The all column match I'm sending. Now going to the Geo class, there is one thing, this age, I am setting it here, query.append age. This what I need to do, I need to check if, just one more thing I need to check if, you know, because it is integer, so I'm doing it outside. So we have to check if such criteria, I am not checking this query and it is this condition, I'm not checking here anything, right? So if such criteria, so I need to check get, and here query constant, because I'm setting that query constant, right? Query constant dot age, percentage is, it is not equal to null, right? Then get it. Then just criteria dot get query constant string is equal to this, right? Here it is going to give a string only. So this is how it is. This is, see, the query construction for inside the for loop is for all the string values, and in this if condition, since age is the only integer value in database, so I am constructing this age outside the for loop, because the query construction for string and age is a little bit different. That's why I'm constructing it outside this, and I have put this logger info query string so that I will show you how the query is coming out of after this construction. I will run this program now to show you that. For this, if this age is again If we have age, then add it, right? And also what we need to do, we need to check it. We need to check it a little bit more. If age is not, if age is not empty, is blank, and that is not empty. Okay, if it is not empty and not blank, that means not space. So then only set it and create the query, right? So then it will set it and create the query. So do not forget it to add the not condition. Yeah. So this is what the small part which I left to do. I have done it here. Now going back to the main method. Before that, I need to check my service is started or not. Let me start it. I think service is not started. So let me start the MySQL database service. Otherwise, what will happen? Will not be able to fetch the information. It will say connection issue, right? Yes. So this is starting. Okay. So this service is running. It started. So let's go to the main method and run this. That day, while talking about this, while integrating the service layer, I said no, it is not dynamic. So I created it's a dynamic query. Now let's go and run it. Before running it, we have to see if this ID, if this ABCD, yeah, ABCD record will be there. If it is not there, we'll see what is coming out. So let me run it. Hmm. Starting. Yeah, setting the database. Something withdrawn. Let's see what is that. Automatic query is problem, so query interpretation is problem. So let's see whatever I added there in the code for query string, is it printing there? And we'll see if the query is wrong, I'll modify it. Yes. So here age is added twice, this and that, age is added twice, why we need to see it. It should be added twice, once. The first and age, this should not be there, this should go. Let's see why it is added twice. Okay, I got it why it is added twice. The thing here is there is no restriction for age here, right? So we will add this restriction for age there in top, so that in top query it will not get added. You know, here we'll add like this. Is okay. So what I will do, for time being, we'll just integrate, and what I will do, I will just comment it out the age part, right? Age part, I'll just comment it out. Uh, and I will make it the age ladder, more thing. So let's do this. Comment out this age part. I will make it, and I will. Now adding this query, then integrating the service layer will take more time. First, we'll integrate the service layer, then I will come to this and do it. Service layer in the sense the REST API interface. Right. So now let me run this because I have commented out this edge part in main Hibernate also. I will comment out this edge part now. Now we'll search from all other parameters so you can see how the query is getting constructed. First, let me integrate the rest, then I will show you how to handle that edge part there. See, if you are watching my sessions, watch from the very beginning of the Java session to the last. You will become a full stack Java developer in with Spring, Hibernate, Log4j, all these APIs. You will understand better and will become a full stack Java developer, right? So if you are see the record, we fetched it here. This is the record extracted the JDBC value. This is the record got fetched, and there will be somewhere it is printing. See, person, this is printing, right? So record is coming. Now, if you see the query string, if you go to the query string, whatever that SOP, if, let me go to the code and get that uh, from person do this one and search this query. This is where the string is coming, where first name, ABCD, last name, WXYZ, and gender, male and middle name, PPRST. So after that, in the previous query, age was added twice, and that too in one that is question form, and the other is in one it is a string form and the other is integer form. So what I will do, I will show you how to handle that latter past integrate the REST API. The other thing is what I have done, I am doing using create query. There is something called restrictions. You can Hibernate criteria builder. You can always use Hibernate criteria builder with JPA to fetch the query. No need of writing any query or creating any query. You can do that way also. There are so many options to perform dynamic queries. It's your choice which one you want to choose. Now, all the students or engineering students, or all computer science students who are watching my video, kindly watch from Java first session to till the end of the session. You will become a full stack developer, and you will be able to, you'll be able to create your own project for your eighth semester or seventh semester or your final semester project, minor or major project. Following this my all the videos. So let's go and integrate the REST API here. See, first thing is form. We need to add all the form dependency. So what I will do, I will go to the REST API project, right? REST API project. This one, yesterday what I did, I will get the form dependencies first. If you remember, I copied these form dependencies from Spring Hibernate integration project. And now what I have to do, I will only copy the dependencies from there, not all the dependencies which needed in this particular project, the dependencies which are attached to the Spring REST API. That is only I'm going to copy that dependency to Spring Hibernate integration project, right? Because again, this REST API is also a Spring, right? See, these all will be there. JavaX, all persistency will be there. What will not be there? This HTS and the data format XML. So let me copy these dependencies. You know, only whatever needed, I will copy that. Let's go to the pom.xml for Spring Hibernate integration, and in pom.xml, scroll down, you see you have JPA, right? And below that, let's paste these two dependencies. Right? So this is what we have done the Spring integration, Spring dependencies added to the this project. Now next, we have to create the REST class, REST API class, which will be calling this service layer. So for that, I will go to this package, com.example.satya.rest API. I'll copy that package, and the same package I will create it here. Just trying to build, this Eclipse. Yeah. So Spring Hibernate integration, this is how these all packages are there. Now we are going to add one more package where we'll have our REST API interfaces. No, this Java full stack development, my Eclipse is a little bit updating something. The full stack Java, the full stack Java development will be there for another decades or more than that. Java is a programming language which is very good in product development for enterprise application, for a different kind of applications, right? So this language will be there in market or for more another decades of years or more than that. Learning Java and implementing project in Java is not going to create any trouble for you, rather it will help for you to find a job. So here, this REST API folder, I copied both the classes from the top and I put it here, com.example.satya.rest. I put both the classes, personal information API and main Java. Now, what I have to do here. What else we need to add? Nothing, right? We're going to just create an interface. We will just add one more main method here. That only already I brought that main method, that is Spring Boot application, which will be calling the Spring, initializing this boot. Now what I need to do upon this main method, see, it is already there, right? It is already there, so no need to worry about the main class running. This main habit class is no more required, right? Now again, go to personal information API. The personal information API we need to actual work is here, right? So yesterday what I did, I hard coded some values here, right? I hard coded some values here. So I'm not going to hard code any value here. I'm going to search based on the person's ID. So this first method will be based on the person's ID, which will integrate here, right? And before that, see, we are seeing some error, resource not found exception, invalid data exception. I'm going to add some resource not found exception and invalid data exception here. That class also we need to get it. That is this one, right? This exception class also we need to get it. I'm going to get this exception classes back into the Spring Hibernate integration project. So here it is, right? This package is there. Package got created. Now what I will do, I'll take all these classes what I have explained to you yesterday, all these exception classes to the particular place. The reason behind that, we need to add the exception also. So all the exception class came here, right? Now the main part is I'll show you how to integrate the service layer, how to get that particular class or the object from this particular from other places to this place, right? So here it is this particular method, we will make it, you know, we will fetch the instead of this hard coded value, we will fetch it from the database. For that, what you need to do, you need to write here at the rate. Let's go to the main method. Main method, what is there? This person service, right? I need to create this person service there. Person service, I person service, get service. I'm just adding that here, right? I person service, and the segregator for that. You can write auto add, or anyway, we are initializing it from the XML, right? We can do that way also, or we can write auto add. We can write auto. So in this main method, where is that? Okay, I have to open the context XML first. Where is this application context XML, right? This is the file. Now this is the file. This is the file. We have data source, session factory, Hibernate factory, person DO, person service, main. Right. So main is no more required now. This main was there for Hibernate thing. This main is no more required. We'll comment it out. The person service, person DO, Hibernate properties, and this session factory. This is all we need now. Right. So now in personal information API, REST controller at the rate AutoAdd, right? Now here it is, everything is done, right? Now we have to remove this particular, this piece of code. I'll just, what I will do, I will just comment it out for now. This piece of code I commented out. If it is here, I will do person service dot get person, right? So I will get person by ID here. Now let's go to the person DO service. What it is expecting. Person DO service get person by ID is taking string, right? And what we have in person service, right? Open that class also. See get person, calling person DO by person ID, and it is taking person object. See, for future references, I just pass the person object. You can also pass string ID. So let's, I'm calling this method from the interface now. That is REST API interface. If you go to the REST API interface, person service.get person, here we'll create a new person object, that same person, and we'll set the ID and then pass it. Person dot set ID, whatever ID is coming, we'll set that and pass it. Right? So this is what this service is done. Now if you deploy it and test it if it is working. Let's go to the this is the main method which I need to run. See, I have not initialized the application context here. That issue we might get. But hold on, let's see. I've been at the rate auto add. If it is happening, that's fine. If it is not happening, then we'll see. It is already given some issue here before starting the server. Application failed to start. Description failed person service in concrete example. This person IP required a bean of type this that could not be found. That could not be found. The injection point has the following annotation auto where. Right? It is checking the following annotation auto where. Action consider defining bean type convolution in your configuration. See, I am not going through annotation way, so that's the reason it is failing. It is saying I have added the auto where and it is not able to initialize it. Now, if I remove this auto where and see the service is starting it, right? So see, sometime I'm creating this, the issues for you to understand how you can debug a application. If you are watching carefully, you'll be able to do it by your own and you'll understand many things. The main important part in programming language is how you debug, how you implement, how you run your application. See, now the service started, but application context is not initialized, right? Whenever I hit person service might throw exception. So let's go and do it and see what person service is showing. I will close all these browsers. We'll have only all these browsers I'll close. And sometimes Google Chrome is kind of gets stuck. Hmm. Yes, so let me start it. Yeah, it depends on your system resources, what resources you have. My laptop is a pretty old laptop, so if you have better resources, your system will be faster. Close this service, not required anymore. So we go to the browser here. How to access it? You know, right? It is request what you are using, request parameter or path resource. You are using request get mapping value request parameter. That means question mark ID equal to this. That is the way we will access it, right? And what is the value here? User slash API. Localhost user slash API. Yeah. So let's go. HTTP. Yes, it is not as security layer is not there. Secure socket layer is not there. So localhost like this. So see, it will not be it will be question mark API question mark ID equal to this. So what I will do, I'll give the same ID. Let's see, right? What exception it is throwing. Is it throwing null pointer exception or something else? See, it is showing no explicit mapping for error. The application has no explicit mapping for error, so you see this fallback. So let's go to the yeah, some exception has came up. What is that exception? Cannot invoke com.example.person service. See, person because this person service is null, right? I told I have not initialized it. So what we should do? We should for this time being, I will initialize the application context here to show you how you can do it using application context. I'll take it from this place particularly, right? We have it. So see, once it is done with this way, I will alter it to annotation. And if this context section will not be there, you will have only annotation. So just for your reference, I'm showing you how you can do three, XML file, how you can go through without XML file. For that, for that reason, I'm showing you it. So now I'm initializing the application context XML, and it will give me the person service, right? So let's stop this and start it again and see what is happening. So main hybrid class is no more required. I will close it. Now, this only main class, which is, starting this boot application, Spring Boot application. Let's go with that. Where did the Tomcat got started? Let me go and read this. What it is doing and what it is fetching. It is taking so much of time. Yeah, we got some error. They they cannot invoke this get person because this person service is null. Again, we are getting null pointer exception. Why? Initialized, right? Okay. So is it taking this from the resources, or there will be one application context XML in resource. Let's go and see the application context XML in resource folder. Let's close this guy, this folder. What all we have here? I think I have not updated this application context XML. This application context XML is also having application service, and this application context is also having application service. Everything is there. Yeah, it's properly configured. Why it is saying, or the package is wrong? Something. Let's see. We are doing it in the same project, so package structure, nothing will be wrong, right? We're doing the same project, apply person service, this, Hibernate, MySQL, this thing, person DAO, annotated classes, everything is there. So it should initialize. This is coming from the resource folder. This is coming from the shared kit I commented. So let me copy this in my both of the application context XML cell. Both of the context XML is same now. No need to worry. But the thing here is why we are getting this thing. Let's see. Now little bit the this is saying the dialect Hibernate Worm Core version 6 final bytecode reflect using this. Yeah, see it came to the ID. It came to the ID. This ID is also coming, right? Error through exception, null pointer cannot invoke this person service dot get person because this person is null with root cause cannot invoke on this get person. This is service is person service is null. This this person service is null. Why this person service is null? We are initializing this application context XML, right? And then new person we are making it person service. Oh yeah, it will be null, right? It will be null because I have not got this person. I only copied this application context XML. I have not brought the person service thing to that particular class, right? Here, this application get bin is not there, right? So that is what we are missing there. Let me write it there. It's better write it there. So what you can do, assign this person service, right? Person service equal to applications context dot and get bin, right? And what is that ID? See here, what is the ID here? Same ID I have put as a attribute also. So I would have copied there, but for your better information, you know, for your knowledge, I'm doing it here again, right? So see, now this is already done. now we are getting the person service. Now it's not say blank. I will run this program. While running this program, what I will do, now I will run this program. While running this program, while starting the Tomcat, what I will do, I'll go and open the SQL database. So what will happen? We will be able to, fetch record of the ID available on database. Because now whatever you're writing, that ID is not there. MySQL bundle, here it is. Bean. Yeah, so we're in the command prompt. MySQL, MySQL, right? Then minus u root hyphen p hyphen u hyphen root hyphen p, right? Enter the password. Get connect to database. Sample DB. Not connected. Select the from person. Right? So we'll take one ID from here. First, we'll hit the wrong ID and see what is happening. Right, is going to database or not, and then we'll go and see. So the service is started here. Let's go and hit that particular same record. And while hitting it, let's see what is happening here in the console. Yeah, MySQL dialect, Hibernate, right buddy, it's going to the database. Yes, exited. See, null. Person is null because that ID is not present in that particular database. So what we got in browser, that same ID came back because that same I'm inserting null, 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 right? Now let's go and get the ID from the database. I will take my ID first, right? This is what I'm going to take and paste it here in the browser. Yeah, I did a hit. What is happening here? Person DO, it is giving, right? But why we're not seeing it in browser? Might be something wrong we are doing in the code, right? Let's see what is there in the code. Hmm. Hey, I got the person object. Where am I assigning it? Nowhere, right? I'm not assigning it nowhere. That's why only ID is visible here. The ID went for the request and it came back. That ID is only visible, right? So see, these all when you are writing code, you have to be very careful, right? I'll assign the same object here. This equal to this, right? Now this object will get returned. Let's deploy it again. Yeah, so here it is started the server. Yeah, let's see now. Now I should get my record here. It is hitting the server. It is hitting the server. It is hitting the server. Yeah, see, everything came. My record came, correct? Let's go and get my wife's record. No, last digit is changed there, right? My 908 is 909. So let me hit now. See, fast record is always slow because it is initializing all the string, string, it is initializing the string context, it is initializing the object, it is initializing the session factory connection, everything. So fast record, you will get little slow. After that, any record, you just click, you get the response back to the browser. This is how your integration with Spring REST, you are done. What else you will need? All engineering students that who really want to submit their project, computer science students that who really want to submit their project in Java full stack development, go through my video from very beginning of Java session till this end. You will be able to develop a full phase application with the requirements which minimal requirements whatever needed. I've explained everything. you know Customization and many other stuff that needed, that is again depends on your curiosity to learn and explore different things. So in a product development in product development area, right? Auditing is there, logging is there, so many aspect of a product is there. So let's not talk about that now here. So many aspect of product. What I'm doing is, it is base of a product. You can easily do deploy, run it, execute it, right? So this is what get method is working now. Let's go do for a insert method. If you're able to do for a insert method, it's done, right? So let's go and do for a insert method. What I will do, I'll first create a insert method, right? Let me now remove all these content, all this content. Before removing all this content, what I will do, I'll keep it like this, and I will throw resource not found exception. I will throw resource not found exception when, if the ID is not found in database, right? How I will come to know if the ID is not found in the database? If this person, will return a null. What it will return? It will return a null that we can check now itself. We can check it now itself, but I will check it later. I will check. I will check it now. Not equal to null. If person is not equal to null, then if person is if person is not equal to null, if person is equal to null, person is equal to null, then throw this, right? What I will do here, I will make this person as null here, right? And make this person as null here, and then here I'll pass new person. I'll pass new person here, object, and in that object I'll set in that object ID. Right? This is what I will do, but this is not accepting it. No more. This is going to throw the exception, right? So here, get a new object and do it. This is working, but why it is not working here? And person, person, simple object, not that complex. So the more readable, right? Make the code more readable. This person object will go inside this method. And this person is always null. Right? This person is always null. This person object will go inside the method. Now, as I said, after this, I'll go for the create person insert. If you are done with insert, the same way update will work, right? This method is done now. What it is saying somewhere, insert to complete this particular thing, right? What I did, a person is not equal to null. This is there. This is if ID is not equal to null, null, null. If ID is not equal to null, 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 it is ending here. It should end here. That's how it should be. So now if you format the code, it will be more visible, more readable. So always format your code and keep it in a better readable format, so that you will not have any issue. So here you see in this ID, if this ID, if this ID is not coming, then also I will say, I will throw what? In this if condition, if I remove this bracket, and this else is not required anymore. Right? This row invalid data will come to this outside. See, I removed so many code, right? That's what it created confusion with parenthesis. Else, this is how it is going to be, and this will not be there, right? So this is how the code will look. Now, what I did, I have to go to the global exception. In global exception, what happened? No, in global exception handler, it will be request control advice. That annotation is not there. Add that request I control advice. Rest control advice. Sometimes mine goes from here and there. Rest control advice, right? So it will be rest control advice, and here what I can do, what else? Nothing else is required, right? We're done. This global exception class, I can close it. No more required now. Now here it is coming to down this person service, creating this, and then it is at the post mapping. This is create person. I will do it later. Let complete this method, properly. And what happened here? If this person is null, that means the ID is not found. So what we will do? We will say resource not found exception, or ID is not found. Right? We'll throw this exception. The major part is it depends on you how you are designing the UI. If you design the UI better way, you will be able to handle all this exception and such criteria, such things in a better way. So you should be a good UI UX designer, or you should be good. You should be good in UI development. Then only you'll be able to do it. So let me stop the service and run it and start the Tomcat again. We did some changes. So I'm hitting it here again, right? Tomcat started. What happened here? Why it is blinking? So I'm hitting it here again now. My wife's record should come back. See, resource not found. That means something went wrong. Something went wrong. Even if record is there, it is showing resource not found. So let's see what went wrong. So the code changes I have been. See, record came back. Record came back, but it is not displaying. There is some issue, maybe which because of something went wrong. Person is equal to null, right? Person is equal to null. The practice of writing not equal to null sometime will create issue. And this should this is for this outside if. This else is for the outside if, not for the inside if, because inside if there is no curly braces, so it is a single line. If person is equal to null, then it should throw that. Now let's again go and search. Yeah, see, my wife's record came back. 909, first name Madhusmita, last name Sahu, and then age 40, gender female, 40 plus. So now let's search my record. 908. See, my record also came. Now let's search a record which is not there. Some random ID, right? See, 404 ID, this is not found. Now this also can be, this also will come from JSON, it will also come in JSON. We need to configure that. I will tell you later. So now just for this much, we are done with the our what get person by person ID. One such method is done. Now let's go to create method. This is the method which I left yesterday. I have not shown you in while showing what is REST API, how to integrate. I have not told you there. The reason behind that, I know I'm going to implement it here today. So see how we are going to have a method. So already I have written it here. I will write already in this personal information I have all these methods, right? I will write it for again with the create, update, this thing. So see, whenever you are going to create a new record, always you should go for the post method. Get method in REST API, get method is only for select criteria where you're going to only search the record from the backend or database from someplace. It's only in read only mode. You're going to do read only mode operation. But when you're calling post method, basically you are trying to create a new record, right? Post method is always called while you are trying to create a new record. This thing I have not said yesterday. I'm just telling you. And if you have to replace a record, right? The whole detail or some other details you can use put, the existing record, if you're replacing everything, you can use put. And for patch, you want to update some few fields of that particular record, you can go with patch and put are the slightly difference, but post is always always used for a for creating a new record, right? Post is always used for creating new record. So first we'll go for insertion, right? Create a new record, save a new record, and update, replace, we'll see that later. See, if you see, there is no difference in this below method, right? There is no difference in this below method, line number 49 to line number 56. Only difference is post map. What I've used, instead of get mapping, I have used post mapping, right? Post mapping because it is a post. It is going to give a post call, right? HTTP post call. And in that, I have created a URL user UPI create. And what is the create person? It is at the rate request body person, right? So this is how the method. Now in this method, what I will receive from the request body, I'll receive a person object, and that person object I will send to the database. So how I will do it, you know, how I will do it. I'll say again same. I'll go to this and get this person service bean here, right? And here, I will tell you one more thing, auto generation of ID. That also I will tell you in future session. This IDs are now we are generating manually, but it will get auto generated by Hibernate. I will show you that. So the auto generated ID will be, put into the database. So here, your person service dot create person, right? Person service dot create person. So it will create a person in the database. This is what we're going to call. And here what will pass? Will pass this person object. We'll pass this person object here, and will return what it is returning to us. It is returning to us what? Nothing, right? So what we will do, we will just return the person ID here, right? We'll return the person ID dot get ID uh, plus data. This is the message we will print here. And if this person is coming as null, right, we will return invalid data. If person is not equal to null, then perform this below operation. Right? If person is not equal to null, perform this below operation. If person is null, if person is null, what? Then throw invalid exception. Between else part. Else throw invalid data exception. Values, create person, person data is missing. This is what we will throw. So this is how the create method is created. Now we will call this create method. See, create method is a post method. I cannot do it through browser. I need to have uh, some client which can be used to do this. See, when I started my career in 2006, I started using SOAP UI to test SOAP-based web services. SOAP UI also provide, that time REST was not there, so I used to use SOAP-based SOAP UI to test your all SOAP-based web services, performance testing. Many kind of testing I've done using SOAP UI. Now, currently, you have so many tools to test. Initially, Postman was helping people to test the REST API. So UI also has that capabilities to test. I You can go to SOAP. You can use Postman. You can use SOAP UI. I have both of them. So what I will do, I will just start SOAP UI and show you how to do that. Right. So what I did, I downloaded Software standalone application, and I'm running that. This is Software standalone, you know. So I am running that. Go to command prompt. From here you can write software.batch. Software. I'm starting it from the command prompt. I've not installed it. See, the installer is also available. Portable version is also available. You can go with the installer. You can go with portable version. Depends on you which version you want. Go to Shop UI site, download it. And if you go to Postman downloader is also available. You can use the Postman, download it and test it. You can also, Postman has also a feature where you can test from their browser itself, from their website itself online. You don't got to download the uh, your Postman installer and install the Postman, right? So it depends on you what approach you take, how you test your application. I downloaded the software and I'm testing it now here. The download software, portable. If you're downloading software portable, unarchive it or unzip it. After unzipping it, go to the bin folder. In bin folder, you will find a batch file if it is Windows version. If it is Linux version, then you will find a sh file, and hit that sh file or run that sh file or the batch file. Your software will come up. If you find some issue, then you might find your Java home is not set or some similar kind of issue. Go and set your Java home. It will start working. So here, I'm waiting for software to start. It's still loading, so let it start. And before that, what it is accepting, it will accept a person object, right? And the person object, it need to be a JSON string. You know. So I created a JSON string here for that particular object. But if you don't have JSON string, what you can do, if you don't have JSON string, what you can do, when I was searching your my record or my wife's record, you can take this JSON string, right? Take this JSON string and use the same JSON string to hit. Use the same JSON string. This is the same JSON string you can take and you can use to hit. Now what I will do, I will change a name here, right? Maybe I will insert two records. One is my father's name and mother's name, right? Let's say I'll put it here, Navakishore Sahu. Navakishore, my father is as a middle name, so three name, Navakishore, last name is Sahu, so middle name is, first name is Navo, last name is Sahu, then middle name is Kishore, right? And I'll create one more record for my mother's name, age maybe around 80, gender is male, right? Here age is around 76 or something like that, my mother. So ID I will change here, Sulachana, last name Sahu, right? And Kishore will be not there because my mother don't have any middle name. Now here ID, I'll make it, let's see what all IDs are there. You know, I'll give similar IDs. So 908, 908, 909. We don't have 90. So I will make it 907. Let's say my mother's and 906 my father's. And one more record I will add, that is my uncle. I call him also father. So 905. My auntie is no more there. You know, he is no more there. So here my uncle name is Vishwanath Sahu. Last name is Sahu, and middle name is no. Age is around 82 or 83 or 83, 80. I think 81, 80, 82 or 81 something is age, right? So my auntie is no more there. Let me put her record also. 905 her record. Uncle's record 904. The same ID sequence I'm just trying to put. 905 is Santilata Sahu. She, she's no more here. She around March 28, 2021, she left her body. And we have Santilata Sahu. Yeah. So middle name is no more there. Her age may be something around, same 70, 70, uh, 75 or something around that when she left her body or this that. So these are the records I'm going to insert now, right? These are the records which I'm going to insert. Software is here. Now in software, let's keep this particular thing, create a REST project, right? So it is asking for a URL. I'll copy that get URL fast, right? This URL and put it here in this software. Yeah, I could copy this get URL and put it here. See, it created a product project, REST project like this, and it is what is this one? So we got a request object here. This is the resource is this, and this question mark. This is the ID. Right? Let's send it. So see, I'm getting my record, right? This is how you use Shop UI or Postman to access. They both have the same thing. See what I did, I clicked on REST icon here, create a new REST project, or you can do right click on the project and create empty project or create a new Shop UI project. You can do this way also. Right? There are different approaches. Now, see, since I gave this URL there, so I have this properly here. So when you're creating a new project, when you're creating a new project, what it will be in this SOAP UI, what you have to do, you will have multiple requests, right? Under this endpoint, you will have multiple requests. Like currently, I have this request one. You can rename it to some other get request or something, or get person by ID. What you can do, you can rename this. Wait, I will show you. Rename this get person by ID because we need all this. So let me keep it right. Get person by ID, and this request will only hit for get person by ID. See, this is the endpoint. 80 local, it is to be localhost 808. This is the endpoint for REST API, and then the resource. What is the resource I'm going to access? Users plus API and parameters. This is the parameter I'm going to pass. You can add parameter here by this clicking on this plus symbol, or if you click on this parameter, it will open another this thing. You can keep on adding parameters. Now let me go and create one more, one more get method for new request for post, right? Request name is create person. Request name is create person. So I created a request called create person. I'll open it now. So here see endpoint is everything is there. It is already populated the endpoint of the old request. But this is a post method. So what I will do, I'll go for the method called post here. Now I went for the post. Now see resource is whatever it is for the get. The same resource is not for the create. Go to Eclipse, and then copy this resource, whatever it is there or whatever resource you have created. You have to put the same resource on the SOAP UI. In SOAP UI, you go and paste in resource the same resource. And here we don't have any parameter request parameter. So this need to be removed, right? This parameter is not required. Remove this. This parameter is not required. Select it here and remove it because post method is not going to go through that. Here it is we are saying media type is application JSON and we'll put that JSON here whatever we created, right? So I'm going to the notepad plus plus. I will get all this JSON. First I will take, let's say my in my our family my uncle is big. He is the eldest son, eldest elder to my father. So let's take our record first and put it here in the Shopify guy. Yeah, see, I took all this here and I put it here, right? If you see, this is very small letters it is, but you should, it should help you. What I will do, I'll make you see it here in the Notepad plus plus what I'm taking, and Alt L X, Alt L is language, and in language I'll make it JSON so that it will be visible for you properly. See, I made it JSON, and I'll just do it in a better way so that it will be visible to you clearly. You see, some so whenever you are writing code, you should be very careful what you are doing, how you are doing. That is very important. And JSON construction is very important in case of your when you are sending request to your to request body. That is very important. Now I'll go for the next 904. This is the record which I will take and I will try to insert fast, and then I will go for the other record. Right? So let me construct first all the records in a proper JSON way with giving a beautiful look and feel, right? The proper JSON look and feel rather having it in a single line. So you all can easily look into it. So I copy this first record and go to Shopify and paste it here. Right? So before that, I need to I need to stop the Tomcat and start again. I am not, I need to stop the Tomcat and start again because we did the code change here and we need to deploy it, right? Person data is missing, this, everything we're done. Now let's start this main class. Yeah, so the Tomcat started. Now let's go back to the software. You know, First we'll test the get person to see if the records are coming and things are proper. And unexpected error 500, what happened? Let's see. Something went wrong. Why unexpected error? Let's go to the browser and see. Yeah, it is fetching the record. I don't know why it went unexpected error in the software. Yeah, it fetched the record. You see here also, right? So let's go back to the software again. And oh, okay, this this has changed it here. You have to go make it get, right? It get forget method get and for I have edited. Okay, it is reflecting. Okay, let me go for another API. New method. Right, it is post and here create person. Yeah. So now what will happen? Now it will not create an issue. User API in get it is user API. User slash API slash question mark. Parameter. Let me add the parameter here. Let's see it how it happens. ID value will be fetch. Let me fetch that same ID here. That is my 908. This is my Let me give my wife's ID 99 because there we did that. Yeah. So it came here, right? So now if I hit, it should fetch me. Yeah, it fetched, right? Let's go for the create person. Now in create person, user API slash it will be create, right? Slash it is create, and here we have to pass that JSON string. Here there will be no ID. I remove this ID is not required. Yeah. So it is a post method, user API create, and here you have to put the JSON string. So let me get the JSON. Now let me push it to here. Send the request. 17904 is created. Let's go and see in the database. Let's start our person. See, 904 Vishwanath Sahu. There is no middle name. Right? Now let me go for the my auntie. Same she only just replace the JSON. You send another JSON. Send. Bye. See, Santilata Sahu. Let's go for my father's record. Yeah, 906 were created. Let's go and see it again. See, this is how you create application if you know or if you know what are the things required to write a program to configure the program, you do this how, and it is very simple like this, right? Like this you do. And in this current days, everything is available. चुटकी में हो जाता है ना in ओडिया चुटकी रे सब जिनिस ହେଇଯିବ, right? So that's how it is. You do it very easily if you know how to do it. And nowadays, Google is there. Everything can be done faster way. Like again, artificial intelligence also is there. So many websites are helping people to write the code. In our time, when I started, we have learned it through hardest path. 2006 and now 2025. Hell and heaven difference in programming language and in development, software development. See, now I added my mother's record and I'm sending it. Sulochana Sahu. What created? 109, Now let's modify this query. Order by, order by ASC ascending. I don't know if I'm writing this query same. Order by means select our person where or person order by records, right? 1 second. This query might be a little bit long. No, MySQL query. Let's see these standards. Order by in MySQL query, right? MySQL. Select this from products order by price. Okay. Order by last name descending. Okay, I missed one column there. That's all. Order by, right? Here, ID ascending. See, 904, Vishwanath Sahu, 905, Santilata Sahu, 906, Navakishore Sahu, 907, Sulochana Sahu, 908, Satyananda Sahu, and then 909, Madhusmita Sahu, right? So this is how all these records are there. Now this is how we create the REST API. You have the REST API. It's done here, right? And this update get person, this update call, update record, or get person by query parameters that I will add and push it into the GitHub. You can always download this code from the GitHub and you can see these implementations, right? I will not implement this in this video. You can always download this code from the GitHub and you can always see it. So what I'm going to do, you will do now. Uh, I'm going to show you something else, right? Something else in the sense how to handle these exceptions and how to add some more logs to the. See, there is no log in the REST API, right? And if you see in person service, also we don't have any log, right? If we go to person DO service, person DAO, then there is only log. So I will add some log here, right? I'll add some log here, and then we'll end this session. Now my this creating of this video, when I started my career in 2006 and 7, around 2008 9, I started thinking of writing blogs. I have written few blogs, but I have not published it. There was a website called blogger.com or something like that. I have written few blogs there. I have not published it. I got too much of busy in my office work, and I was not able to do. So then I thought, now why to write any more blog when video is available? So I will upload these videos to YouTube. So the other thing is some computer science students, BCA engineering in my place, Keonjhar, they asked me a few things and they said, "Can you explain this?" Also, I explained them. Then I thought, okay, let me, if I upload a videos by doing it, people will watch, or students, if they need, they can watch and they can learn and grow from there. But I'm trying to tell you here, whatever videos I've done, no, it's only for engineering students and any professional want to learn, they also can learn from it. Freshers or some people those who are non-Java background, if they want to learn Java and implement full stack development, they can learn from it. So today the REST API interface is done, and we only need, I only need to show you how to create your UI part, and then how to invoke this REST API, populate this into the UI. Maybe I will do it after, I will do it after some time, and till till that time you learn this REST API and all of that, how to implement, how to do practice, write your own program, do all card operation or CRUD operation, and go ahead. So let me see, always what we do in some cases, we make it public static, sometimes final, this logger, because logger value is not going to change. That's how we do it in some places. So what we will do, we'll add this logger for two methods, that is create method and get person by ID, right? Because these two methods are calling logger dot info, right? And at the end, we'll add this logger dot here. What will do? Here what will do? Yeah, we'll add something, entered some message you are entered service layer. When you are writing a project based on a project requirement, you will write entered service layer or entered service method get person by ID, right? And then at the end you can write exit. Here exited service method get person by ID. So get person by ID, you can make it one like look like method, right? And then do it here where it is exited. This is how the logger got added to this guy, and same way we'll add logger for same, right? Enter service method create. exited, create, right? So this is how we added the logger for it. And one more thing I can tell you here. Let's go to personal information here. We can always have like this constructor. One more thing I just want to show you. Define a constructor here, public constructor, and always call the super, right? Always call the super, and then this application context you can initialize it because this is required in all the places, right? And the super keyword should be the always top, and then you can have this application context here initialized because it is required in all the method. No need of initializing in all the method. It will get initialize it inside the constructor, initialize it inside the constructor, and use it. You see, now person service is initialized inside the application context is initialized inside the constructor, and that I'm going to use it here. What I will do, I will remove everywhere wherever it is application context. Okay? Only once initialization and use it throughout the interface. See, it depends on you. You can have only one interface, one REST API interface with one method. You can have one REST interface with multiple method. In some cases, in some scenario, people what they do, they will have one REST interface. That means they will have only one Java class, one REST Java class, and with the particular Java class, only they will have a get method. They will have another Java class where they will have only create method. So it depends on you. You can always have one method or multiple method in a single REST API class or interface. So now this create person is done, right? Here also you need to add the logger. Same way, same approach you can take. So here the logger is right here. Now we take this logger, add logger here, right? Dot info. In case of this method, right? Here where we are trying to put something, right? This ID. You can say enter, enter, yes, enter, right? Enter. Get person biography. Enter get person biography. ID equal to this and plus, right? You can put it here rather having SOP. Remove this SOP, right? SOP is no more required. And at the end, one more. If you want to get the person exited, exited, get person biography, person, and then you can print that person object. So it's not required, since this is development phase. In development, you can phase whatever log you want for your better development. You can always add it, and later what you can do, you can always remove the logs which are not required, or write in this way, or use the logger level in such a way you can enable and disable in production environment. Whatever is required for you in production log file to print that and disable all others, by configuring it in log4j XML or log4j2 XML. So this is what your create person, and here is it create person, right? So hey, see, this is how you make your clean code, and let's deploy this and test it. Okay, so application got started. Huh? Let's go back. Tomcat got started. Let's go back to Shop UI. Now everything can be done through Shape UI. So you need to go to it. Let's go to get person ID. You need not require to worry when you are using, when you started using Shop UI, always you should use Shop UI. So here, see, I don't know why this guy is missing. Whenever, whenever I have to configure each and every time for the get method, the ID to face the record. Anyway, fine. I'm doing it again. Now, once you are done it, here the ID will come here, you see, and then the resource. This should be proper, and your endpoint should be proper. Then give a hit, click on play button. See, it fetched the record. If you see in below my mouse pointer, where my mouse is, going on. There you'll find now you see something came up there, right? In this particular place, you will find a icon moving to and fro. That is basically trying to say the request is processing. If you observe that now I am changing the ID, right? I'm changing the ID to 8. I'm fetching now my ID. You know. Now you see, now you see that down. So it went and it came very fast, right? So let's go to the create person. In create person, I'm not going to create any new record, but still then I'll just show you. Now let's go to, before showing you, let's go to the log file. Do we have that logs? Do we have that log which we added? See, exit person biography is added, right? Now what we will do, I'll just show you this thing. The person is already created, right? I'm going to create a negative situation. The person is already created. Now, if I create it again, what it is going to do? Is it going to throw some exception or something? Since primary key will be same, right? Already my mother record is created, Satyananda. My other mother, Satyananda, her record is also created, right? So still then, see, my Satyananda is my aunt, but I call her mother. Vishnu Sahu is my uncle. I call him as my father also. So both. So here, if I go, if I go to this shop UI and send the request with this same ID and same name, same record available in database, what will happen? Let's go and see. See, an unexpected error of code 500. Why? Because this is a situation which is not handled in database, or we have not handled it. No, no, no. It has not gone to the call. See, I think the URL is wrong now here. Yes. So here it should be create slash create, right? Slash create and then send it. Again, it gave unexpected error. Now, see, let's see what is there. See, it is saying duplicate entry, right? So now already a person is there. If you want to create that person again, definitely your database or your Hibernate query will say duplicate entry, primary key, conflict. So for that reason, what you need to do whenever you're creating a new record, you should always go and auto generate the IDs. It will auto generate the IDs in backend. For that, what can be done? I'll show you that auto generation. Let's go to the person object now. Where is that view? Yes. So let's go to the person object. I'll just change it. If it works, that's fine. Right. So if you see here generated, here it is generated at the rate generated value that we need to do. Yes. Generated value and here content type. Generation type is identity. Right? So generation type is identity. Now if you run it, strategy you are saying generative is identity. Now if run it, it should generate the ID. Right? But for that ID should be blank. ID should be blank. Right? If you go to Eclipse code, what is there in the personal information this class? We're checking person is not equal. That is for get method. Here In a create person, I am also checking person is not equal to null and calling this, right? So here person ID will be empty while sending the request. Let's go to the shop UI. Before that, we need to deploy it and then go to shop UI. Run as your application. Right? Yeah. So this is how it, right? It got initialized. Now it is initializing Spring Bean. The reason behind that, I've added the Spring Bean constructor. So everything will get initialized from the beginning. See, the SQL dialect is also getting initialized, right? Everything is getting initialized here. Now let's go to the SOAP UI and remove this ID, right? Remove this ID and let's put something here, other, I just want to put something else. Okay, right? So now let me run it. I've kept the ID. I'm not going to send the ID here, right? I'm not going to send the ID here. All other thing I'll send. Unexpected error. Yeah. So let's go and see if something went wrong. Failed ID doesn't have a default value. See, ID not required to have a default value, and this thing actually, it's not tested, so it is throwing this exception. So ID not required to have a default value. ID will generate, the ID will get generated by this annotation. It's annotation should take care to generate this ID because if you see in application context XML, we are using annotation way, annotated class and this geo class, geo.person. This person class is defined here as entity table name and this id generated strategy generation type is identity. It should generate a id for it. These are identity sequence table uid class. You can do that. So let's make it auto and see what happens. If it won't work, I will fix it and I will let you know how you need to generate this id in the coming session. And in coming session will be a session which will have a UI creation and how you can integrate it with the backend. That kind of stuff I will show you, and from there, I think from there we'll end this full stack development session. Right? So it got initialized. Let's go and hit again, giving some error. So there is some issue with that configuration. I'll check it. See, person you entered serve session object, this got session object and enter this guy. It is saying ID null, this, fine. Let's go and check in database if it has inserted something. No, it has not inserted anything because database, whatever record we have now having the same set of record. So nothing is inserted, right? Nothing is inserted. Yeah, so that's all easy. That's all. Now you are able to understand how the things are working. I will just put a ID here. I'll bring back this ID here and I will add some ID to solve the success the scenario for the success thing now. API create this ID. Yes. I will see it later because auto generated is added, right? So I will check it later and fix it. Anyway, this is the session, today's session. Whatever I just want to tell you, I said, the thing here is interface layer is integrated with the REST API interface layer is integrated. The whole service layer application is done. Interface is ready. Only the front end will be designed, and that front end will have a REST API called to this REST API interface. REST API interface will give them the back the response, whatever the REST the UI will call, or the client REST API client will call with the request parameters. After getting this request parameters or after getting the response from the REST API, this data will get populated into the UI. So the only part is left, front end or the UI part. That we will see in coming session. And any doubt, any clarification you need, any doubt you have, any clarification you need for this entire integration of REST API to the data access layer, you can always call me. You can always ping me. You can always call me. You can always ping me. I will be ready to help you. Here is my information. Here is my information. Note it out. My mail ID is satyaa.sahu@gmail.com. My LinkedIn link. You can mail me. You can message me on LinkedIn. You can connect me on LinkedIn also. This is my cell number. This is my YouTube channel. You can always comment, below that YouTube video. I will definitely reply you, and I can take one-to-one session if you have any concern, any doubt in any part of this whole development, stack. Anyway, I'm ending my session here. Thank you, everyone. See you in coming session.